Now, developing news from KXAN News.
There is a new development this evening in the investigation of last week's deadly officer-involved shooting.
New accusations say a leak may have tainted the internal investigation by Austin police. CLEAT is one of the largest law enforcement unions in Texas, and it's representing Charles Kleinert. He's the detective involved in that shooting. His lawyer took the first step toward a complaint against APD late this afternoon. Yesterday, Police Internal Affairs interviewed the detective about shooting Larry Jackson Jr. According to CLEAT, 7 people were in that confidential meeting. CLEAT claims someone connected with APD leaked information from that interview to an Austin reporter. KXAN's Chris Sadeghi joins us live now from North Austin at the Police Monitor's office. Chris?
Well, Shannon, the attorney for Detective Kleinert just made that complaint to the Police Monitor. They want to find out where inside APD this leak came from and make sure that the rest of the investigation is protected and confidential. We were there when attorney Nadia Stewart met with Margot Frazier. It was about a 10-minute meeting, and then she went to Internal Affairs to also file the complaint, but nobody was in that office at the time. Frazier and Stewart were 2 of 7 people inside the room when Detective Kleinert gave his statement about the shooting that killed Larry Jackson. This meeting happened yesterday. 3 Internal Affairs employees, 2 Police Monitor employees, Kleinert and Stewart. Those were the 7. About 15 hours after that meeting ended, both Stewart and Frazier got a call from a reporter who had exact words and phrases from that meeting. Internal Affairs meetings are confidential and protected under a thing called the Garrity rights. Both Stewart and Frazier were very disappointed when we talked to them today. Frazier does not know where the leak came from. Stewart says it taints the investigation.
I think that this sort of leak and violation of the contract and therefore the law completely taints the investigation. And it also undermines the credibility of the police department.
So I think it's a very, very serious thing. Then I just want to be clear, I am not the source. And if I found out, and the only other person from my office who was in there, I don't believe he is. I have asked him directly.
Now, by law, the Garrity rights are there so that statements made in Internal Affairs meetings cannot be used in a potential criminal investigation. That's why a leak could jeopardize that confidentiality. And because the complaint is against APD, because the Police Monitor was also in that meeting, it's unclear right now how an investigation into the matter would take place, although the attorney, Nadia Stewart, did say they might seek an outside agency, possibly the Texas Rangers, to come in and take a look at this matter. We're live in North Austin. Chris Sadeghi, KXAN News.
Major development tonight. Thanks, Chris. Well, police say they've located a key witness linked to the officer-involved shooting that left 1 man dead a week ago in Central Austin. Police say that Larry Eugene Jackson Jr. started running away from the Benchmark Bank after providing false information to a bank employee about just who he was. Detective Charles Kleinert, who was investigating a robbery at the bank that happened a few hours earlier, ran after Jackson Jr. Kleinert stopped a passing driver for help, catching up with him. Minutes later, a fatal shot was fired, leaving a lot of unanswered questions.